Misfortune is virtue's opportunity. Fire is the test of gold, adversity of strong men. The mind that is anxious about future events is miserable. What if the hard times that are causing you pain haven't even happened yet? If we let ourselves, we can spend our entire lives fretting about future events, even if they never come to pass. Mark Twain famously said, "I have been through some terrible things in my life, some of which actually happened." What if you look back on your life when you're old? Do you really want to see that you spend countless days anxious over things that never even occurred? We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. You need not look about for the reward of a just deed. A just deed in itself offers a still greater return. It's not that we have little time, but more that we waste a good deal of it. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. No one wants to go through hard times, but the reality is that adversity can make you stronger, better, and more capable. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. If you know not to which port you sail, no wind is favorable. A ship should not ride on a single anchor, nor life on a single hope. If you've had all of your dreams tied up on one outcome that doesn't pan out, it can be devastating. The next step isn't giving up, though, but pivoting, expanding, and diversifying your goals and hopes. You suffer more than necessary if you suffer before it is necessary. All cruelty springs from weakness. He who injured you was either stronger or weaker than you. If weaker, spare him. If stronger, spare yourself. Sometimes it's our fellow humans that create our hard times. Seneca offers some sound advice here. The person who is making your life hard is either doing so because of their weakness or their power. In either instance, you'll want to be very careful about how you react. We are naturally disposed to admire more than anything else the man who shows fortitude in adversity. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. There is a fascinating connection between adversity and happiness. Though we all understandably hope that nothing bad ever happens to us, hardship is really the thing that allows us to find out who we really are and find meaning in our lives. If you want to be happy, living a life where you avoid all risks or potential difficulties likely won't get you there. What difference does it make, after all, what your position in life is if you dislike it yourself? Even if some obstacle comes on the scene, its appearance is only to be compared to that of clouds which drift in front of the sun without ever defeating its light. In the meantime, cling tooth and nail to the following rule: not to give in to adversity, not to trust prosperity, and always take full note of Fortune's habit of behaving just as she pleases. Whatever you have been expecting for some time comes as less of a shock. It's easy to ride life like a roller coaster, being exhilarated during the highs and destroyed by the lows. If you can zoom out and see the full flow of things, you can be more able to approach occurrences with a calm, steady, and ready mind. Constant misfortune brings this one blessing: to whom it always assails, it eventually fortifies. I judge you as unfortunate because you have never lived through misfortune. You have passed through life without an opponent. No one can ever know what you are capable of, not even you. Seneca points to the strange reality of life here, that the unluckiest people of all are those who glide through life without any difficulty. In this type of existence, a person is much less likely to become the best person they can be, as they were never tested. A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. You have the power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You can spend your whole life in distress if you are always just reacting to the things that occur and trying to control external events. One of the reasons that Stoicism seems to become popular during difficult times in society is because of the way it allows one to move forward in life with health and a sound mind. Understanding that you have control over your own mind and not much else can help you pour your energy into the most useful and productive direction. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Are you facing a seemingly insurmountable obstacle? It might seem like all your dreams are dashed by something that stands in your way, but in reality, it has just forged a new path. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Just as nature takes every obstacle, every impediment and works around it, turns it to its purposes, incorporates it into itself, so too a rational being can turn each setback into raw material and use it to achieve its goal. Sometimes things happen to you in life that make it feel like you just can't go on. Maybe someone close to you died, or maybe you lost your job 2 weeks before you were supposed to close on a house. Hard times don't even have to be catastrophic to feel like hard times, though, and your own strength and character have a huge impact on how you react to difficulty. It might seem impossible when you're deep in the despair of hard times, but you really can shift your perspective on just about any topic and see that the event can help you grow stronger and achieve your goals. If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it, and it is in your power to wipe out this judgment now. The next time you find yourself pained by your life or the state of the world, do an experiment. Is it possible to see the good in what is happening? What would it mean for you to look at these difficulties in a positive light? If it's possible, you'll see exactly what the Stoics mean about the ability you must control your mind. It's unfortunate that this has happened. No, it's fortunate that this has happened, and I've remained unharmed by it, not shattered by the present or frightened of the future. It could have happened to anyone, but not everyone could have. Ask, why is this so unbearable? Why can't I endure it? You'll be embarrassed to answer. To be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved and the raging of the sea falls still around it. We might not be able to stop bad things from happening, but we can change who we are in the face of these difficulties. This image from Marcus Aurelius is a wonderful one to call up when you're suffering. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. People are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Skillful pilots gain their reputation from storms and tempests. Who do you want to be? What do you want to accomplish in life? Epictetus points to something very real here. If you want to strive to be the best person possible, you'll have to face a lot of storms. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Other people's views and troubles can be contagious. Don't sabotage yourself by unwittingly adopting negative, unproductive attitudes through your associations with others. In some instances, hard times are obvious. Maybe you've fallen into financial ruin and had to file for bankruptcy, or maybe a tornado ripped your house off its foundation and tossed it 2 miles down the road. In others, though, it's possible that the interpretation of events as adversities is more a matter of opinion. So far as my experience goes, travelers generally exaggerate the difficulties of the way. Like most evil, the difficulty is imaginary, for what's the hurry? Sometimes a man is intensely, even passionately attached to suffering. That is a fact. The wound is the place where the light enters you. A lovely poetic explanation of how adversity leads to new perspectives, epiphany, and growth. Light does not come from light, but from darkness. Hardship may dishearten at first, but every hardship passes away. All despair is followed by hope. All darkness is followed by sunshine. Be grateful for your difficulties and challenges, for they hold blessings. In fact, man needs difficulties. They are necessary for health, personal growth, individuation, and self-actualization. If you spend your whole life hiding from hard times, you're really hiding from one of the primary ingredients in the recipe for individuation and self-actualization. Growth isn't just a nice little benefit from hard times. To a large extent, going through adversity is a precursor to becoming the best person you can be. When something horrible happens, it can be hard to see it as a blessing. After the fact, though, you often see how much you gained from the struggle. As you incorporate Stoicism into your life, consider trying to remember the blessing of challenges when you're in the thick of it. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Subscribe for more videos. Thank you.